My mom and dad, they were really never together. I remember that was the first time I took pills and drank, was 12 years old. So I started working in the pot fields too, about 12 or 13. And then in the summertime, we'd move back up here to the city. So I found myself in a rehab at 21. I've done numerous things that were, self-injury to get high, and cut off the finger was one of them. Had my appendix removed. I used to drive nails through my hands, and nail them to a 2x4, act like a nail gun went off. And I've probably done that 40 or 50 times. I got scars all over. The physical pain I could deal with, I couldn't deal with the mental and emotional. So I ended up losing my house years later, getting divorced, getting felonies on my record. So I go into jail. I met a guy in there who I thought he was very religious. I could see the physical scars of his life, of drinking and doing drugs, but inside he seemed like the guy had a glow about him. Well, 2 years later, when I get this 3-year sentence, I'm in jail, and it's around Christmas time. When I go to the door to get my socks and candy cane and Jesus thing, it's this dude, and it's 2 years later, and he's still clean. And I was like, this dude I know, and that's when I picked up the Bible. I do feel like at that time, on November 22nd, 2008, Jesus took that urge from me. I didn't know how to live, and I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that it wasn't thinking to me that I'd spent 25 years of my life getting high, that I needed to learn something about how to live life not high. And I think a lot of people miss that point. They say, Jesus took this from me. Well, he didn't all of a sudden teach you how to know all those things you should have learned all those years you were getting high. I felt like I didn't deserve help. I couldn't do anything for myself. I couldn't make my life any better. And so that's when I kind of came to Reset. And that's when things really started to turn around for me. I always had a sense that I wanted to help other people. They don't have to be miserable and suicidal and like I was, there's a better way. The thing that Reset did for me mostly is it made me feel like I had purpose, like I fit in, like there was meaning to my life. So that's where the program part really is. It's set apart from other places. It's not telling somebody if you do 1, 2, and 3, your life is going to be like this. There's plenty of room for God to do things in people, and the program really focuses on people feeling included. We have a Thursday night meeting where guys sit around, and guys don't do this, but they talk about figuring out how they feel and trying to figure out why they feel that way, which isn't a guy thing, But man, I've seen guys get teary-eyed on these meetings, and I know that's part of breaking down and letting God in. So Reset 6 years ago, it started in that Isabella house, which is me moving in. And in those 6 years, it's grown now to include a women's house. So it's obvious that in that 6-year period, God's doing something as a whole in this ministry, because there's now 2 houses. There's capacity for 16 people to be housed. It's really exciting to be able to get on board with something God's doing, something that's obvious, the work that he's doing. It's not a thing where, it's a brand new ministry. It's established, it's 6 years, and it's growing, it's continuing to grow. The legacy of Reset can be seen in former residents' life who've come back to help. It's just nice to see the legacy of former residents as they continue to be part of Reset. Everything for the last couple of years has been about the heroin epidemic and all that. This is a solution to that. It's one of those things that you come on board with because it's a solution to a problem. We don't just talk about it, we're taking action. It's places like Reset that's going to change the community. When you change the communities, you change the city.